Hello, hello, hello. Margaret Lloyd here with Eternal Shift, New Life Ahead. Let's see, what are we going to talk about today? It's gonna be good. Let's see if I can get it up here. 8 things you will inevitably regret not letting go of sooner in life. So let's see, and I got this from very nice people that I love listening to. Let's see, I don't need that. Here we go. And I get this from MARC and Angel. Here we go. Because I always want to give people credit. And they are great. They are great people that I listen to and read. They have some wonderful books. Oftentimes you don't even realize you're blocking your own present blessings by holding on to everything so tightly. Yeah. You ever had one of those weekends where the start of it, you think everything's going to be great. You know, you got everything you need to do what you think you need to do. And then you get out there to do what you think you need to do, and you ain't got it. So what do? Me, what did I do? I go ballistic. I got to stop it. Got to let go of that thought that makes me go crazy. So I'm letting go of that. It's always necessary to accept when some part of your life has reached its inevitable end. Closing the door, completing the chapter, turning the page, etc. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is that you find the strength to leave it in the past, those former parts of your life that are over. And those little ideals in your mind, in your head, that simply aren't meant to be. Throughout the past 15 years, as Angel and I have gradually worked with hundreds of our course students, coaching clients, and life event attendees, we've come to understand that the most common cause of human frustration on an average day is our stubborn propensity to hold on to things long after it's time to let go. In a nutshell, we hold on tight to the hope that things will go exactly as we imagine, and then we complicate our lives to no end when they don't. Yep. And that's what I have a tendency to do, because if I had learned this stuff back when I was in my 30s and 40s and 50s, I wouldn't be in the shape I'm in right now. I'd probably actually be a life coach because I'd be able to handle everything. But I can't handle everything right now. I'm not in that place. I wish I was. I want to be able to. But you know what? It's not easy. Life literally sucks the shit out of you sucks the energy out of you. But it is what it is. So let's take a look at some common things we often regret holding on to for way too long. The way things should be today should be. I know, my son's telling me this all the time. We're not there. We're not in should be. We're in 2025. The way things used to be was back in the 1900s. Not now. Try to use frustration and inconvenience to motivate you rather than annoy you. Okay, absolutely. I am doing that. Like I said, yesterday, went to the grocery store, couldn't buy groceries. My bank froze my account because it has no money in it. Well, it had no money in it. It has money in it now, but the bank froze my account and I can't get to it. I have $6,000 in my account and I can't touch it. Can't pay my rent, can't pay my car payments, can't pay my utilities, can't pay my credit card bills. I'm in a fucking world of hurt. Don't know what to do about it, other than wait until tomorrow when the bank opens. And I'll deal with it then. And I'll deal with it in a calm manner. Because I know exactly what I got to do. And I'll do it. So I'm going to use that frustration and inconvenience to motivate me rather than annoy me. It's going to motivate me to go in there to the bank tomorrow and get this straightened out. And if I have to change banks, I have to change banks. Been there, done that, can do it again. It'll be the last time I change banks. Because I know what I got to do. You are in control of the way you look at life. Instead of getting angry, find the lesson in the situation. In place of envy, feel admiration. In place of worry, take action. In place of doubt, have faith. Remember that your response is always more powerful than your present circumstance. A small part of your life is decided by completely uncontrollable circumstances, while the vast majority of your life is decided by your responses. Where you ultimately end up is heavily dependent on how you play the hands you've been dealt. The way things used to be, yeah? Like I said, that was then, this is now. You're not the same person you were a year, a month, or even a week ago. You're always learning and growing. That's what I have to remember, that I'm always learning new things every day on how to get through this life. I'm learning every day how to do better. I just have to learn to behave better. Isn't that what our parents told us? Life is always evolving. Even though you can't control everything that happens, again, you can control your attitude about what happens. And in doing so, you will gradually master change rather than allowing it to master you. Oh, little Cinderella out there. Little girl walking past the house in a Cinderella costume. In doing so, you will gradually master change rather than allowing it to master you. So be humble today. Be teachable. The world is bigger than your view of the world. There's always room for a fresh idea or a next step. But first you must accept the fact that things may never go back to how they used to be, and that this ending is really a new beginning. Old mistakes and errors in judgment. Oh boy, I had lots of those. Forgive yourself for the bad decisions you've made in the past, for the times you lacked understanding, for the choices that accidentally hurt others and yourself. And this is something that my son and I talked about this morning, because I have realized when he was growing up, I wasn't there for him. I wasn't the mother that I should have been. I allowed his father to do all the disciplining and stuff that I should have been doing. But when we got married, we had decided, we had made a decision together that, because I was never really much of a discipliner of my daughter, and we decided, since we had two boys, that he would discipline the boys and I would discipline my daughter. Well, he went way overboard on his disciplining of the boys, to the point that neither of them want anything to do with him now. But, that's on him. So I told my son, I said, you have to help me to forgive myself for the bad decisions that I made in the past. And I told him the only way he can help, the best way for him to help me with that, is to quit throwing it in my face. I know he's upset about it and he didn't like it. And he still has, still has bones to pick with his father. I said, if you need to bitch about this stuff, don't bitch to me. You have a computer, bitch to him. Bitch to him. Send him an email. Bitch to him. Don't bitch to me. I can't take anymore. I don't deserve to continuously, on a daily basis have to listen to it. I can't forgive myself until he forgives me, because it keeps haunting me. Forgive yourself for being young and reckless. I'm trying. These are all vital lessons, and what matters most right now is your willingness to grow from them. And I am. That subtle desire to change the unchangeable. Yeah. Be selective with your energy today. If you can fix a problem, fix it. If you can't, then accept it and change your thoughts about it. Like Snickers and I are having a little bit of an issue today. My baby won't eat. And so I thought, okay, I know my son's cat, a lot of times if the cat's being finicky, he'll bring his food to the bedroom and let him eat it there. Oh, excuse me. Just haven't been sleeping well. Really been going through some turmoil. So I decided I'd bring her food up here to the office and see if she will eat. Well, didn't work. She took one bite, laid down. Didn't want it. So I don't know. Maybe she's having some tummy issues today. And we'll just wait and see. You know, when she gets hungry, she's gonna eat. And I know that. So that's something that I used to panic about because she wasn't eating. And it's not that she eats kibble. I cook her food from scratch. I boil up the chicken, ground beef, everything. So, you know, she eats good. And I cut up the carrots and everything. And the apples, she eats good. She eats really good. Or at least I feed her well. Whatever you do, don't attempt to invest more energy than you have. Tripping over something behind you or something that only exists inside your head. Truth be told, some of the most powerful moments in life happen when you find the courage to let go of what can't be changed. Because when you are no longer able to change a situation, you are challenged to change yourself, to grow beyond the unchangeable, and that changes everything. The fantasy of a perfect path or time to begin. Yeah, there is never a perfect time. Too often we waste our time waiting for a path to appear, but it never does. No, I keep watching for a path, and all I get is, because we forget that paths are made by walking, not waiting. We forget that there's absolutely nothing about our present circumstances that prevents us from making progress again. One tiny step at a time. And that's what I keep having to remember. Tiny steps. I keep looking for big steps, giant steps. Come on, I need it now. I don't need it yesterday. I need it today. the need for constant comfort and familiarity. Everything gets a bit uncomfortable when it's time for a change. That's just part of the growth process. Things will get better step by step. And keep in mind that your effort is never wasted. Even when it leads to disappointing results. For it always makes you stronger. I'm trying to figure out how. I can't understand how this is all this turmoil and indecision and waiting on things to happen, good things to happen. I don't see how that makes you stronger. But they say it does. And they say that God never gives you more than you can handle. But there are days that I really have to challenge that. Because there are some days that I have so much challenge that I can't breathe. I hate struggling. I want things to be nice and easy, peaceful. That's the way it should be. And just because you're struggling doesn't mean you're failing. Every great success requires some kind of worthy struggle to get there. But let me tell you what. I understand a worthy struggle, but geez, oh Pete, I'm just trying to survive day to day. With peace. I would love to have one day that I didn't have to fuss or worry. Am I going to have enough for prescriptions for Mom? She's got 2 prescriptions ready. I can't pick them up. I don't want to put them on my credit card. I just have to pay that too and pay the interest on that. And I really want to get rid of my credit cards. I don't want to use them. I need to. I know, and it's not your problem. Okay. So I'm sorry. Excuse me for venting. Relationships that always make you feel less like yourself. And that's the one that I was in. Made me feel less of a person. Let others take you as you are, or not at all. Speak your truth even if your voice shakes. By being yourself, you put something beautiful into the world that was not there before. And remember that in the long run, it's wiser to lose someone over being who you are. And that's why I left my husband. Because I wasn't able to be myself. I had to be what he wanted. Which was a whore. And I didn't want that. So I'm away from that. And now I'm trying to get myself back. And it's not easy. Because it's easier to fill in an empty space in your life where someone else used to be. Absolutely. I filled that space with my dog. So it's easier to fill that empty space than it is to fill the empty space inside yourself where you used to be. And that's absolutely correct. Because I have tried to fill that, put myself in that spot, and I could not. Those old chapters that are still lingering half open, close them. You're going to mingle with a lot of people in your life. You're going to have first kisses you feel all the way down to your toes and think, oh my gosh, I love him. But really, you loved the kiss. You're going to meet a friend you think you will know forever, but then something will change and you two will go your separate ways. Absolutely. Been there. You're going to explore different parts of your life with different people who aren't in it for the long haul. And that isn't a bad thing. Life is a series of stories, and the way our stories intersect is remarkable. Sometimes people are in our lives for the whole story. Sometimes they are just a short chapter or two, and it takes a wise person to know when that chapter is over and to turn the page. Yeah, I've turned the page on my friend Clara because I've been going through this for 2.5 years. She has yet to contact me and ask me how I'm doing or drive by and say hi. I've been in this house 1.5 years. So that friendship is bye-bye. Don't call me when you need help. But I'll be there if you do. Because that's the kind thing to do. When you have a friend that might need help and they call you, be there for them. Absolutely. In each of the aforementioned points, the mind holds on tight to something, an ideal that isn't real, and after a while the inevitable happens. Unnecessary stress ensues. So how can we stop holding on so tight? There are many ways, but right now let's begin by letting everything breathe. As you read these words, you're breathing. Stop for a moment and notice this breath. You can control this breath and make it easier or slower, or make it behave as you like, or you can simply let yourself inhale and exhale naturally. There is peace in just letting your lungs breathe without having to control the situation or do anything about it. Now imagine letting other parts of your body breathe, like your tense shoulders. Just let them be without having to tense them or control them. Now look around the room that you're in and notice objects around you. Pick one and let it breathe. Yeah, my pretty girl. There are likely people in the room with you, or in the same house or building, or in nearby houses or buildings. Visualize them in your mind and let them breathe. Just as you are breathing. Doesn't that feel good? When you let everything and everyone breathe, you just let them be exactly as they are. You don't need to control them, worry about them, or change them. Just let them breathe in peace. Accept them as they are. You can be on your way. This is the foundation of what letting go is all about. It can be a life-changing practice. Now it's your turn. Yes, it's your turn and my turn, because this is something we're all learning about. So you can open yourself up to the next real present chapter of your life. But before you go, just please be sure to leave me a comment, a like, and a share. Because I love your comments. I love when you guys comment. And y'all don't comment very often. But please comment. Because I like to know that what I'm doing is helping you. So peace and love. Take care of yourself. Be happy. Be mindful. Go for a walk.